It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, they'd love to get back on a winning track. 7 losses in their last 8 games. That is not going to get it done, and they know it. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
"2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. You take a look at Los Angeles. They don't have a lot of great things going on right now, losing their first 6 to start the season.
You know, Kevin, this is a team that you would certainly not consider to be world beaters, but they certainly are better than what they've shown us thus far. I mean, it will be interesting to keep an eye on them the rest of the season because they've got the potential to make some improvement.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. And Clark, with the full bulk of the NBA season still ahead of us, what can players do to prepare themselves physically and mentally for this long season?
I think you've got to try to find ways and mechanisms to stay fresh. Obviously, you've got to do your work in the gym and in the weight room, but also in your rest and recovery. I think you've just got to be diligent and consistent, and then find pockets where you can get away and refresh your mind and your body.
Right.
Because you can't come out of the gate like it's the postseason. There's a pace and rhythm to the regular season that you have to learn how to manage.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Gilgeous-Alexander and Bradley pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harris and Gortat are up front, and it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the small forward. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Russell with a wide-open look. Nailed from three-point land. Russell's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Nets. Harris. He doesn't hit that one. Jacks up a 3, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Wow, that's real nice. I mean, D'Angelo really sets before he gets into a shot. Good use of pace there.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against San Antonio. Now, here's Mbah-a-Moute. He's covered closely, and the Clippers miss again.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And the pass to Dinwiddie. It's stolen. Now Mbah-a-Moute. Carroll covering. Harris's shot is off.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Dinwiddie kicks to Russell. Goes up the baseline, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gortat looking to end the run, and Allen with the block.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Down low. Here's Harris. Banked in off the glass.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Yeah, you know, good to see them finally find the bottom of the net, because I think they got to build off of that.
That one doesn't drop. Gortat with the defensive effort. Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. It's deflected. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Bradley. Russell kicks to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Russell with the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 6. At the elbow, it's Harris with the putback, and it's Bradley on the follow.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Allen finds Hollis Jefferson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Boy, you like the aggressiveness from Hollis Jefferson, going right at him.
Pass to Gortat. Out to the wing. And Bahamute, the pass to Gortat. Taken away. In transition, here come the Nets. Now the pass to Allen. Bounce pass, Russell. Carroll kicks to Allen. Carroll against Harris. Some solid defense from Harris.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause the miss.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
And stolen by Harris. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Russell. Carroll against Harris. Here's the floater. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the night. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
Harris's shot is off.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
That one goes in. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, one season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
Brooklyn making some changes. Davis comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Allen. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Mbah-a-Moute with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Harris has got the ball. Good on the shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Brooklyn trailing. Also looking it over. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Pass to Harris. And Mbamute kicks to Bradley. To the paint. Here's Gortat. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's LeVert, guarded by Bradley. LeVert the pass to Allen. Nets passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. To the left wing. And it's LeVert missing. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And Mbamute dishes to Bradley. Feeds to Gortat. Another shot. Allen with the rebound.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. Not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Allen. Harris comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gortat. Alinari comes in for Mbamute. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Williams in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw tonight. And the Clippers making a change here. Scott's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Davis. Clark, so many teams now looking to play with pace. When you think of the most fierce transition players that embrace that pace, who comes to mind?
Man, there are so many lethal operators in transition in the league. I mean, Victor Oladipo with my former team, the Indiana Pacers, really blossomed this past season. Kevin Durant, at his size, ball handling skills, agility, shooting ability. He's a nightmare coming at you in transition. Giannis Antetokounmpo, similar to KD without the jump shot currently. But I'm sure that's coming. Russell Westbrook, how could you not list him? Because he is downhill all the time with strength and ferocity. And then in terms of snipers, you look at Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Those two guys know how to get to that three-point line in a hurry and hurt you.
And both free throws good for Williams.
You know, there are certain players who just seem to have a knack for putting the ball in the basket. Lou Williams is in that category.
Now here's Napier. He's coming off a 13-point game against Washington.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
And Lou Williams, not the biggest, not the most athletic, but Greggy finds ways to score.
Yeah, you know, whether he's creating space or creating contact, very few play that cat and mouse game better than Lou Williams.
That's good from Harrell. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to Washington.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
Clippers leading by 3. Right side Scott, stolen by Dudley. And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul. Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Napier with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's LeVert. He's defended by Harrell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. And it's LeVert missing.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Outside Williams. Gallinari in the corner. Three-pointer. He's off on that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
You know, Greg, those were games where you thought they could get a win. But now they need to forget about it. It's in the past. Let it go. And they've got to focus on the present and try to make a better run of it this time.
Here's Napier. Gallinari making his last shot. Now Beverly. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Count it. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Napier kicks to Dudley. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's LeVert, defended by Beverly.
I think he's going to have to be more cautious on defense. He can't afford to pick up a third foul here in the first quarter. You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
First one falls for him. And LeVert has described his game as constantly evolving, something backed up as his transition from wing to simply playmaker.
Yeah, he's a high character, high quality young man, and he's gone through a ton of injuries going back to his days at Michigan, getting more and more comfortable with the ball in his hands because he's a guy that can make plays, and I think his game is just going to continue to grow as the years pass.
Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. On the wing, Williams. Over Napier. The shot by Williams, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
1:49 left here in the opening quarter. Napier finds Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Bounce pass from Williams. Gallinari against Harris. With the fadeaway. And it's Gallinari missing.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Now here's Beverly. He dishes it to Scott. Back to Beverly. And the Clippers miss again.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low, so taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends, and I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Scott, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Nets trail by 3. 36 seconds left in the first. Napier with it. Harrell on him. A nice shot by LeVert.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep. A quality shooter when given room to fire.
Here's Beverly. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
The net shooting just about an even 40% to start. Napier feeling it out a bit. Here's LeVert. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
D'Angelo Russell getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Rolling, absolutely rolling, flat out killing it from beyond the arc.
Now here's Napier. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Harris. LeVert out there with Shabazz Napier. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Davis in at the 5 spot. Here's Napier after the basket by Los Angeles. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Harrell.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
16 feet away. Again, Los Angeles.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Out to the wing. Back to Napier. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Look, you had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate. Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. He doesn't get the second one. And guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does, and the players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. I mean, Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears him to the players and helps his team.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, "We had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot. You have to make tough decisions." Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks. Passes it to Napier. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Davis. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Allen's checked in for Jared Dudley. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Harris is checked in.
One shot.
And that one falls for Davis. Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans they can avoid this situation for a long time.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And a chance here to see where the Clippers sit in the NBA statistically right now.
And you know, their free throw shooting overlooked by some, but it's kept them alive in close games, and you definitely get confidence when you have the ability to convert on those opportunities.
The first free throw is good.
Kevin, we always talk about it. I mean, those second-round picks who turn out to be gems, no one thought Williams would end up at the free throw line as much as he does.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Harris. And it's Russell in for Napier. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Bradley's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Russell missing. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 4. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Inside. Outside, Russell. To the inside. Allen outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Clock at 4. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
Now here's Williams after D'Angelo Russell's miss. Out to Harris. Here's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Bradley. And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got 12.
Really putting on some kind of show here is D'Angelo. This is what everybody on that team wants to see more and more of from him.
Now here's Bradley. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Russell against Williams. And here is Harris. His last outing, 16 points for him. Lets it go with a 3. Lou Williams, and that's good. 7 points in the game.
Boy, I like that quick trigger release, so smooth, even with the defender in his face. Williams knocks it down.
And stolen by Harrell. The kick out to Williams. In the corner, Bradley with it. The 11-footer. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets trail by 6. Pass to Russell. Over Gallinari. 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 6. Harris drives in. Out to Gallinari. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Gallinari's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here's Allen. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Russell. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Boy, he's so good at creating shots in that mid-range area. D'Angelo, a difficult guy to stay close to.
Williams against Russell. Bounce pass from Williams. Harrell the pass to Bradley. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Excellent size and feel for the game. D'Angelo really just scratching the surface of his potential.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
And here's Russell after Lou Williams was able to get the three to go. Can't hit from 12.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
First free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
And the Nets making a change here. Carroll's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Gortat's checked in for Harrell. And Bahamute comes in for Harris. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Bradley. Molinari hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Raptors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Brooklyn Nets. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for the Nets, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Can't remember the last time I've seen optimism turn to pessimism as quickly as I have with these guys. I mean, their fans are already talking about who needs to be replaced.
And it's Russell missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Gallinari missing.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Clippers leading by 8. Outside Williams. Now the dish to Gortat. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
LeVert's checked in for Dinwiddie. Russell with it. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
A steal. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
On the fast break, D'Angelo gets a good release down court. Finishes the job there.
And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Kicks it to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Drains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Here's LeVert. 11 points for him in that last game against the Wizards in Washington. Molinari finds Bamute. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Well, you got to take away his airspace there because Bamute comfortable shooting from that area of the court.
Here's LeVert. He has 5. Outside Russell. The 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 11 points in the quarter.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Now Gortat. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against San Antonio.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job. Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Williams gets the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Nets trail by 10. LeVert the pass to Kira. Outside Russell. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Boy, I like the way Russell used his body there, finishing through contact, and he'll go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Brooklyn. Napier comes in for Hollis Jefferson.
One shot.
Free throw good, Russell. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the miss by Lou Williams. Can't hit from in close. Clippers leading by 7. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires from deep. The shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. 1:31 left in the first half. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbamute. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Brooklyn, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And the second free throw, good. 1:30 left to play in the first half. Down low, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he makes that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, love how Beverly sets up his teammates, Kevin. He's a dependable point guard who really does a nice job dishing the ball.
Inside, Gortat with the steal. Out to the wing. Now, here's Mbamute. And he lays it straight in. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now, here is Gortat. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 12.
Boy, and the wingspan of Gortat, Kevin, helps him big time on the glass. Great at using his height and length to corral rebounds.
Here's Napier after marching Gortat's bucket. The Nets have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
And he's good on the second. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. And here's Beverly. Six on the shot clock. From the wing. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think we play with a lot of energy, the ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never got too far behind, as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we return to Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, which you can see from that gorgeous shot from above the arena. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harris and Gortat are up front. Gilgeous-Alexander and Bradley pair up at the 1 and the 2. And it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, loitering above the rim. Hollis Jefferson with athleticism to burn.
And the pass to Bradley. To the middle. Here's Harris. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
That's good from Harris. Nets trail by 12. It's stolen by Bradley. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Now here's Carroll. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Just 5 to shoot. Down low, Hollis Jefferson, and that one is stuffed right through.
That's experienced awareness, we call it. When Carroll's working the screen and roll, he knows how to break them down with the pass.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far. And that one's good by Gortat. Gortat's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Dinwiddie kicks to Russell. With some arc, Gortat with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Bradley. Kicks it out to Allen. Clock at 2. Shoots over Gortat, and nothing but air on that one. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Yes, that goes in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer, in the final year of a 5-year, $60 million deal. Greg, he's been worth every penny.
He has, but he turns 35 this season. He'll be motivated to earn that next contract, but now on the downslope, we may see his role evolve over the next few years.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. To take a look at the Warriors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Clippers. They're at the bottom of the conference.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, you know, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
Nets trail by 16. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Back to Russell. From deep. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And you can call him 3-Angelo. I like that because he's going to be doing this for a long time. 3 deep for 3-Angelo.
It'll be fun watching him, you're right. Mbah-a-Moute. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Carroll. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Calm, cool, collected. Amongst the big trees inside, Dinwiddie continues to impress from the painted area.
Harris outside. To the paint. It's tipped. Mbah-a-Moute finds Gortat. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Mbah-a-Moute. Outside, Russell. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbah-a-Moute. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Ed Davis is checked in for the Nets. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell, he's checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. Here's Dinwiddie. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Carroll dishes to Dinwiddie. Carroll passes to Dinwiddie. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Bradley. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 27. Down low, Gortat with the steal. Here's Bradley. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
2.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
And he makes the first.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. Don't forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Gallinari, he's checked in for Gortat. Lou Williams is subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so he hits both. And Greg, for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as an on-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender. Probably a little undersized for an off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
And here are the Clippers now, after the basket by Brooklyn. Left side, Harris. Back to Williams. The 3-ball sinks the triple. Williams has got 15 points.
And this happens. Sometimes Williams gets hot to the point where there's really no good way to defend him.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. Number 1, Gallinari.
And that means he can afford to be very aggressive as a slasher because of how proficient he is at the line.
And, you know, if I was coaching him, I'd tell him to stay greedy trying to get to that line. As a matter of fact, he would never be able to satisfy me with his free throw attempt because I'd always push him to get more.
Clippers leading by 15. He kicks it to Bradley. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Hollis Jefferson finds Russell. Passes it to Carroll. Clock at 6. Over Harris. The shot by Carroll, no good.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And it's Gallinari missing.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. 15-point game. Napier passes to LeVert. Back to Napier. Here's Davis. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers leading by 15. Williams attacking. Takes the 3. That's good from Gallinari on the assist by Williams. That's 12 points for Gallinari.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way, and Harrell slams it in.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Napier. The Clippers getting the bucket. And stolen by Harrell. Harris kicks to Beverly. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Williams. Napier dishes to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Just 5 on the clock. There's Gallinari with the 3. The rebound by the Nets. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Floats one up. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Harris. Over Harris. Money from the wing. 14 points for Gallinari. For Brooklyn, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. On the wing, Davis. He's defended by Harrell. And out of bounds is Los Angeles Games possession.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
And looking again at those second chance points, they might not be the best in that area, but it is still, I think, to their advantage in terms of the outcome of some games.
Now here's Williams. D right on him. Hangs. Rebound, Brooklyn. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Williams. Napier passes to LeVert. It's Carroll on the wing. To the middle. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 8 points.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
Outside Williams to the paint. It's stolen by Carroll. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's LeVert. Softly drops in the floater. He's got 10.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Outside Williams. Gallinari in the corner. His 3-pointers off the mark. Nets trail by 19. Harris outside. The feed now to Napier. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. They get it again. And Carroll gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Brooklyn.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Here's LeVert. Gallinari making his last shot, and that one drops for him.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And he's good on the 3-ball. 18 points for Lou Williams.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. And slam dunk by Harris.
And the poise of Williams, so impressive, Kevin. Plays at his own pace. He's never in a hurry.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. So both teams changing it up here. Napier with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Brooklyn, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. Here's LeVert at the elbow. It's Harris. Great look, but off the mark. And so it's Los Angeles, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Los Angeles leading by 22. We've got LeVert. Harris is out there with Jared Dudley. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Allen in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Pass to Beverly. 6 to shoot. The stupendous finish in traffic. Beverly's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Clippers. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
Harris, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2. Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Dinwiddie's checked in for Harris. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Napier. And Mbaamute's checked in for Los Angeles. Avery Bradley comes in for Patrick Beverly. Offensive rebound.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
To the paint, and stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And again, it's the Nets missing. Feeds it to Scott. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's stolen by Bradley. One-on-one fast break. Fires from the line, and the jumper falls for him.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it.
Here's Russell following the score by Avery Bradley. 5 to shoot. The pass to LeVert. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Bucket is good. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Here's LeVert after the Clippers pick up 2. Got a piece of it.
Excellent timing there by Bamute on the block.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there on the triple. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. And it's blocked, and they get it back. Allen's shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Graham's checked in, and Krebs subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Clippers also changing it up. Marjanovic checked in for Gortat. Robinson comes in for Bradley. And it's Milos Teodosic in for Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good from Scott.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now here is Robinson. He's guarded closely. Takes the 13-footer. Offensive rebound. And it goes down 2 points. 31 points for D'Angelo Russell.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
And Scott has it in the corner. Passes to Marjanovic. That shot off. Excellent D there from Allen. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. To the middle, and Bamute with the steal. And here's the break. Teodosic, the pass to Bamute.
Elevating with ease. Bamute enjoys getting the opportunity to throw it down.
Outside, Russell kicks to Graham. Looking for Allen and gets it there. The rebound by Marjanovic. The Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Outside, Robinson. Here's Teodosic. He's guarded by Russell. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
One shot.
And that one falls for Teodosic. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Crab.
You know, Alan Crabb is a strong shooter, and it's fair and accurate to call him a 3-and-D type of player. He came into the league known mostly for his defense, but that had fallen off for a spell. Fortunately, he was able to get back on track and be a two-way player of some value.
And last season, Crabb heard the complaints, Clark, about his defense and used it as motivation.
That's the way you have to do it, Kevin. I think constructive criticism is really the last thing you want to hear, but it's really what you need to hear if you're serious about getting better. And to Crabb's credit, he took that constructive criticism to heart, went to work, and he's gotten better as a defender.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
Here's Teodosic. Here's Marjanovic. No good on that one. Excellent D there from Allen. And the call will go against Milos Teodosic. That's his first foul. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that. And for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
Clippers with the ball, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Marjanovic. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Graham. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Here's Teodosic. Pass to Marjanovic. Inside and stolen by Russell. To the inside. Allen. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And that one falls for Allen. One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Now here's Allen. Pass to Dinwiddie. To the paint. It's stolen by Bradley. Amute finds Bradley. And here is Gortat over Allen. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Bradley. And it's 6 points for Marcin Gortat. Brooklyn with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. The pass to Carroll. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Gortat with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. And the Nets with possession here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the middle. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. That's tipped. Now the Clippers moving it up. Bradley's got the ball. Passes to Mbamute. Got a hand on it.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
And Russell gets it to go.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Carroll covering. And here's Bradley from 3. Not going to go that time. The Nets go the other way with it. And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, one of the rare wing players, Clark, who can't really threaten from outside, but he makes up for it with his defense.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, this guy is unafraid of anybody. He's 6'7", he's athletic, he's strong, he's aggressive and smart. There's nobody he gets matched up with that he doesn't think he can lock up.
Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, drawing comparisons to Andre Iguodala, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Hollis Jefferson, with some models to map his game after, and both of those excellent models for him.
Now here's Harrell. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses off the right iron.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bradley. Lets it fly from 18. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Timeout called the Nets.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tobias Harris.
And he's got to be thrilled with how well he shot the ball, Kevin. Good on almost 60% of his shots. That's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where somebody, anybody, had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Now here's Allen. Mbamute with the steal. Outside Bradley. Up top, Gortat, defended by Allen. And Gortat kicks to Mbamute. Here's Bradley. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Clippers leading by 18. Kicks to Gortat. Over Allen. Excellent D there from Allen.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an...
Oh!
My goodness.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Carroll with the rebound.
Oh, just everything right about that crossover. Just didn't have anything left there for the finish.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Mbamute. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Yep, it counts.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home
is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
Now, here is Russell. He's guarded closely. Carroll passes to Russell. And the Nets, another three.
And, you know, having more of a set shot motion than some other players, Russell calmly knocking it down.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Mark. You guys were all business tonight. No joking or fooling around. What was the approach?
You know, we come into the game prepared, more focused. We got a lot of energy, and, you know, basically it was an overall good game for us.
Very good performance, March. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.